Good evening, and welcome back to Inside the Man Cave. In this week's episode, we air on October 31st, 2024, or should we say Halloween. And what better way to do an episode on Halloween than talk about and showcase my favorite Halloween movie of all time. This is
Halloween.
I think he'll come back.
Halloween, the night he came home. Rated R.
Hello and welcome back to the Man Cave on this special episode falling on Halloween. So I thought we could showcase a bit of my Halloween collection. Now, Halloween, the film, is one of my favorite horror films of all time, and I absolutely love it. So in this episode, I've got a cool Neca Halloween 2 figure to showcase. Unfortunately, I don't have the packaging, but I still have the figure. We also have a special exclusive Halloween Funko Pop and my Halloween movie collection. So let's get straight in, and of course, happy Halloween. So this is my Neca Halloween Michael Myers from Halloween 2. We also have the head sculpt from Halloween 2 towards the end. Now, I don't want to spoil it if you guys haven't seen Halloween 2, but I'm pretty sure you have, when he's stabbed in the eyes. But that is sort of his classic outfit. Now, the outfit pretty much stayed the same in Halloween and Halloween 2. I don't think there was massive changes. It wasn't until we got to Halloween 4 and the rest of them when I do feel like the costume went downhill until they started making the new ones. I did like that costume and Halloween 2, but the rest, yeah, not so good, unfortunately. But yeah, he's good. He doesn't come with much. He just comes with the knife. Now, I don't have the actual packet for him. I must have thrown it out, or I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, he looks cool. I want to try and get more Halloween Michael Myers in the collection. I think they've got an original Halloween, and of course the newer versions as well. You can also see some burn aspects to it as well. That also plays into the film as well when he is burnt. And the mask is looking pretty decent. Again, very similar. And it just comes off with a Hedge skull, and we could put the new one on. I do like this one a little bit because it feels like it's a little bit more creepier, having the blooded eyes. But overall, really good. Neca does some pretty good horror statues and figures, so I always think they're pretty good. But there is Michael Myers Halloween 2.
Next.
Michael Audrey Myers shall be tried as an adult for the murder of his sister, Judith Margaret Myers.
You fooled him, haven't you, Mike? But not me.
It's a holiday you'll remember forever.
Halloween night is when people play tricks on each other.
What about the boogeyman?
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Seasons don't feel nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. We can be like this.
boogeyman?
Donald Pleasance.
As a matter of fact, it was.
In a film by John Carpenter.
Oh no.
Halloween. Next.
Next on our show, celebrating Halloween, the classic 1978 film, we're looking at my physical Halloween film franchise collection in 4K. So with the Halloween films, they can be a bit scary with the timeline of how to watch it. There's a lot of different sequels going off in different directions. There's remakes, and then there's like ones that they completely ignore, and sequel films. So it's a big mess, but these are the films that are classified in my own sort of Halloween timeline, or the ones I like the most. So let's start with the, of course, very first film, and that is Halloween, the original 1978. So this is the special Halloween 4K collector's set from Scream Factory. This was a sort of a US import, because I don't think they have it in Australia where I'm at. But it comes with some really cool special features. You do have obviously the new 4K version, but then you've also got 2 Blu-rays that have got some more vintage special features, and I think there's even a TV cut of Halloween as well. So yeah, Halloween 1978 is one of my favorite horror films of all time. I cannot praise it enough. It's up there with my top 5 films of all time. It's fantastic. So looking at this collector's case, we've got a nice Halloween 4K disc there. And then we've got one of the Blu-rays, which actually resembles the original Halloween poster, and then the other Blu-ray as well. So yeah, it's a cool little set to have, with a packed lot of vintage and cool other extras and everything like that. So that is Halloween 1978.
From the people who brought you Halloween, more of the night he came home. Halloween 2. There is no place to hide. He will always find you. Halloween 2. More of the night he came home. Rated R.
And next, from 1981, we have Halloween 2, the collector's edition from Scream Factory, the 4K and Blu-ray set. So again, a very similar design to the first collector's set with the original Halloween, but I like it. And then at the back, we've got Jamie Lee Curtis there, and then we've got disc 1 is the actual 4K, and then disc 2 is a Blu-ray with stacks of special features, and then, which is really cool, on disc 3 is the television cut in standard definition of Halloween 2, with obviously I think more extra features, extra scenes and everything like that they did. Yeah, so it's cool. It comes with a slip cover, so we've got the slip cover there, and there we have Halloween 2, and as we open it up, we've got the 4K set there. Then we've got the Halloween 2 Blu-ray that looks like is the poster as well again. And then another set with the DVD of Halloween 2. So they did a really good set, I reckon. And yeah, some really cool special features and a lot of vintage special features as well. And the nice sort of autumn feel to Halloween. So that is Halloween 2.
Everyone's entitled to one good scare. I've had my share.
20 years have passed since that fateful night.
Do you know what day it is?
Halloween.
Halloween.
And they thought the terror was dead and gone.
Hey, you don't think Michael Myers never found his body?
They were wrong. It finally ends here. Halloween H2O.
And next on the list, 20 years later, we have Halloween H2O on 4K, which I think this is a new 4K set. This also actually came out in Australia, which is really cool because we are very lacking Halloween 4K sets in Australia, and even on DVD as well, and Blu-ray. Yeah, so this is the cool H2O, 20 years later, the first sort of film to have a direct sequel to the first Halloween, and even I think it was a sequel to Halloween 2 as well, and ignored all the other Halloweens. But yeah, this is a cool set. Now, unfortunately, there's no special features, but they did a pretty good remastering job, I think, on Halloween H2O. I think the quality looks good. I did have the Halloween H2O on DVD a long time ago, but this is a much sort of better and cleaner version. And I don't mind this film. There's some odd moments here and there, and the costume, it's a bit hit and miss, but there's some still really cool shots of Jamie Lee fighting on Michael. And yeah, it's still, I think it's still a good contender to be in the main series, but unfortunately it's kind of taken out of the main series now. So again, unfortunately there's no special features, which I'm very bummed about, but you've just got this standard 4K disc there. So that's still okay, no artwork on the disc, but the artwork on here kind of makes up for it with a really cool imaging poster for Halloween H2O.
Hello, Michael. Do you remember Laurie Strode? Say something, Michael. Say something!
You don't believe in the boogeyman? You should. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Halloween, rated R.
And next up from 2018, we have Halloween, the direct sequel to the original Halloween. And my god, this film is fantastic. It says a masterpiece on the 4K set, and I kind of have to agree with it. I don't think it's not as good as the original Halloween. I think it's very hard to top that, but it's a very close second. I really dig this film, and how they brought back Jamie Lee Curtis for more of a traumatized role she played. Yeah, it was just fantastic and everything like that. And we've got some cool little special features. This is also a Blu-ray as well, so it's a 4K set and Blu-ray. So we'll open it up. We've got the nice looking 4K set of the older Michael Myers and the Halloween there. So yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. There's still some people that weren't the biggest fan, but I really liked this new imaging, the new re-imagining of Halloween.
I'm not just gonna sit and watch another innocent person die. You want your mask? Come and get it!
Rated R.
And next up, we have Halloween Kills, the direct sequel to the 2018 Halloween film, and it picks up pretty much directly after the events of that first film. Very similar to how the original Halloween does, with how the original Halloween 2 does after the first film. So this is also part of the trilogy, the new trilogy. So we started with Halloween, and we have Halloween Kills, where Michael Myers has survived the attack from Laurie Strode and her family, and he's out for revenge. We've got some special features here, and this is, yeah, and the 4K as well. So we'll open it up. This is also a 4K and Blu-ray set, so there's the cool 4K, and then we've got the Halloween Kills Blu-ray. Now, yeah, I did like it. It did feel like a bit of a rushed sort of film in some ways, because it kind of only happened over one night, or I think it was one night. I could be wrong. But I actually still liked it. There was some really cool scenes in here that kind of link up the original Halloween with the new franchise that I really digged. It was really cool. And how they just played Michael Myers as this absolute monster, not just a man in a mask, but an absolute monster. And that's what he is. He is a true figure of, like, a demon in some ways. So this is Halloween Kills. I really liked it. I think they did a fantastic job in this trilogy. But yeah, and there's also 2 versions of the film is also in here with an alternating ending, so I won't spoil that for you. But yeah, there is Halloween Kills on 4K.
Boogeyman's gonna get you.
Michael Myers kills babysitters, not kids.
He's not dead. He is watching me. I know you're in here.
You're obsessed with death.
You came here to kill me. Do it.
And next we have, of course, Halloween Ends, the final film in the new Halloween trilogy, and the collector's edition for 4K with deleted and extended scenes. So this is the final film marking the last entry in the Halloween franchise. And we've got some cool bonus features and extended scenes and everything like that. And it was a really good film. There was a few points here and there were like questionable points in the movie. It's like, okay. And this did take place a bit of time after the events of Halloween Kills. But like overall, I think it still had a good ending arc, and what they were, I think, trying to achieve in this new trilogy, I think they did. And they have to be commended for it. And Jamie Lee Curtis again, one actress. She's absolutely phenomenal. So there is Halloween Ends, and we've got the cool Halloween disc 4K set there, and the Blu-ray for Halloween Ends. And for a bonus round from 1988, we have Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers on VHS, the original VHS. Now this isn't my original VHS copy because I wasn't into horror as a kid or anything like that back then. But I did rebuy this. It's a pretty beat up version, but it looks cool. And this film was the return of Michael Myers, because in Halloween 3 we didn't have Michael Myers. It was a completely different Halloween film with witches on there. But I still liked it. It was still a good film, but not really in the Michael Myers saga. So that is the VHS, and if I can try and open this massive clamshell VHS, we got the Halloween 4 there, and that is it, the 4th film. And I had to pick it up because I just love the poster imaging of that. It's pretty cool. And even the mask wasn't too bad in Halloween 4. I think once they got to Halloween 5 and so on, the mask was a bit and even in Halloween H2, I wasn't the biggest fan of the mask. But this film was still good, with the Dr. Loomis saga continuing to fight Michael Myers. But I think not having Jamie Lee Curtis back in this film, I think really hurt it in some ways as well. But that is a cool little piece with Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers on VHS.
Found plenty off me, girl. What time tonight?
I don't know yet. I have to get out of taking my little brother trick-or-treating.
Saving the treats for Bob.
Funny. See ya.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, look.
Look where?
Behind the bush.
I don't see anything.
The guy who drove by so fast, that one you yelled at?
Oh, subtle, isn't he? Hey, creep. Lori, dear. He wants to talk to you. He wants to take you out tonight.
He was standing right there.
Poor Lori. Scared another one away.
It's tragic you never go out. You must have a small fortune stashed from babysitting so much.
Guys think I'm too smart.
I don't. I think you're wacko. Now you're seeing men behind bushes.
For our final item for our Halloween special, we have Halloween 1978 Michael Myers Behind the Hedge Special Edition Funko Pop. From a scene straight out of the original Halloween film, and this looks sick. I like the design of it. You've got the side there, you've got a better view of what it looks like without that classic scene from Halloween, and the cool Halloween poster. Now I need to get my hands on a Halloween poster. I don't have one, but I'd love to have one up in the man cave. And then we've got a side view of what a good look of what he looks like. So let's, not talk too much about it. Let's open it up and have a look at Michael Behind the Hedge. And here we have Michael Behind the Hedge out of the box, and yeah, it's a pretty decent looking Funko Pop. You've got the classic Funko Pop there. Now, I thought they might have maybe just did half his face, but they did do all of his face. His whole face is pictured in, and then they've just got the hedge there, so him just stalking his prey in some ways, in some sick ways, but yeah, it's a really cool imagery. It's one of the most iconic sort of horror shots in the Halloween franchise. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Even the mask design looks cool. The hair isn't too overpowering, I don't think. And yeah, the sort of bluish jumpsuit is pretty good as well. But yeah, an overall nice design, I think, of the Funko Pop for Halloween. This is actually my only Halloween Funko Pop, funny enough, so I should actually start getting more, but I don't think there's a lot out there as far as I know, but I could be wrong. But overall, it's a pretty nice design. I even like they've got at the bottom of the base some leaves that have sort of fallen down, and the concrete padding is pretty good as well. They've got the cool blue jumpsuit as well. And even the hair isn't too bad, so I do dig it. I think it's a pretty good design, and even the hedge actually has a cool, nice feel to it as well. But yeah, it's again one of the most classic shots in all of horror franchises. But there we have Michael Behind the Hedge. Well, thank you for joining me on this Halloween special episode, looking at my small but cool Halloween collection. With my cool Halloween 4 VHS, my 4K set, and this cool Neca Halloween 2 figurine, and the Halloween Funko Pop. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope everyone has a fantastic and great Halloween. And definitely, I would recommend watching any of these films, even Halloween 4, for your viewing of, if you need a horror movie to watch on Halloween this evening. But thank you for joining me, and thank you for Michael Myers and this amazing Halloween franchise that I love so much. Well, until next time, I will catch you guys in the next video. Until then, happy Halloween.